Welcome to level 3 of my Minecraft Education math game. In this level, we continue our work with factors. So level 3 takes the exploration of factors to a deeper level. In this hands-on challenge, students are tasked with becoming array architects. They have to use concrete blocks to visually represent factor pairs for the number 12. So the player begins by walking up to the NPC math teacher, and the math teacher gives them their directions. Use any of the blocks to create rectangular arrays with the factor pairs for the number 12. Create at least 2 arrays. When you are done, take a picture of it and add it to your portfolio. Send your exported portfolio to your teacher. She will give you the code to complete your final level. So one of these 3 codes will be if they click on one of these 3 codes, it'll take them to the final level. Or they're in the final level, but it'll take them to the last part of it. Okay, so the first task is to build an array. So for factors for 12, we can build an array, a 3x4 array. So I'm going to turn word builder on to false, I believe, or to true, so we can start interacting and building the first array. So I'm going to click on 3 so I can use the purple concrete blocks, and I'm going to just start building my array. Okay, to represent my first one. So here's 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can just fill it in. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, and there's my third row, and then just fill it in like that. 1 there, and then a little closer, and 1 there. Okay, so that's my array. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3 right there. And so then I can take a picture of it. So I'm going to grab my camera tool by clicking on number 2. And now I can take a picture of it for my portfolio. Okay. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. So I need the camera. Sorry, the camera's number 1. So I'll go ahead and take my picture of it. Okay, and there it is. Okay, so now I'm going to do 2x6. So I'm going to click on number 4 so I can grab the lime green concrete. Okay, and I'll make mine over here. And I'll do an array that's 2 by 6. So you have 1, that's 1, 2, 3, get a better view of it, 4, 5, and 6. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6. Okay. I'll just come around and continue. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. So then the player, would be asked to take a picture of it. So I'm going to grab the camera tool by clicking on number 1 for my, okay, and then I'm ready to take my picture by clicking on it. And there we go. Okay, now I will check to see that they're in my portfolio. Okay, I'm going to click on number 2 and bring up my portfolio, and then here is my portfolio. So all I would do is, I can even choose to add a caption if I'd like. I can caption this here. I can call this 3 by 4. I can call this one 2 by 6 array. Okay, and then all I would have to do as the player, export this portfolio, send that to my teacher, and then my teacher would then check my work, and then I would go back to the teacher the MPC teacher here. I need to turn Word Builder back off, or put it back to false status actually, so I can read the message again. Okay, now that I have the correct code, I believe it was this one, and now it takes me to the end of the game. Okay, and it says you have completed all 3 levels of the factors and multiple reviews game. So we have finished all 3 levels. Okay, so this level isn't just about knowing the numbers, it's about building that understanding concretely. Okay? Students can document their learning by taking a snapshot of their creations and then adding it to their portfolios. This level translates the abstract concept of factor pairs into a visual and interactive experience, so that they can have a more deeper intuitive grasp of how the numbers can be composed. So this level was a really great tool for achieving several learning goals related to factor pairs. It moves beyond rote memorization because it requires students to actively construct their understanding. The act of building the different rectangular arrays for the number 12 visually demonstrates the concept of factor pairs and the commutative property of multiplication. This level also promotes problem-solving skills because students aren't just given the factor pairs, they have to actively experiment with the concrete blocks to discover combinations that form rectangles with an area of 12. It involves trial and error, spatial reasoning, and critical thinking as they manipulate the blocks and analyze the resulting shapes. The requirement to build 2 different arrays adds another layer of complexity because it makes them push beyond the first solution that they find. So they need to analyze the number 12, brainstorm potential factors, and then test these factors by building the arrays. And then when they are required to take the photo and send their portfolio to their teacher, it encourages planning and representation of their mathematical thinking. So overall, all 3 levels of this game transform learning about factors and multiples from a passive exercise into an active problem-solving adventure. So this is a game that can be used by 4th grade teachers teaching factors and multiples so that students can be more engaged and they can enjoy learning factors and multiples, and it will help them reinforce that concept.